That's pretty good.
That was pretty good. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
You're awesome, Bob.
Yeah, thank you. You're awesome, man. Yeah, you know, and you know what else is interesting, too? Is when people get all bent out of shape over what other people do.
16.
I asked them, would you care if people got bent out of shape for what you did? And 99.9% said, hell no, I don't give an F. Okay. And it takes them a second. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares that you're offended. No one cares. Dude, no one cares. And that's why I've taken that attitude of, if you're offended by something that is said on this particular show, or any show for that matter, if it offends you, I don't care. You can tell me. I'll listen to you, and I'll be like, oh, that sounds really hard. But I'm walking away going, here's 10 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I don't care. You're going to be okay. Here's a comedian, and I'll try and find him. He's brilliant. He's like, people will say, I'm offended. So what? It's not like it's a physical disability. It's not like you're offended and boom, you get leprosy. Okay, you're offended. Get over it. You'll be fine. No one has ever Now, people have been killed because they were found to be offended, which is like, what? Wow, that's insane. All right? So, once again, my take is, I don't care what you do. Do you care what I do? Do you? I don't think so. Well, guess what? We're in together. Let's care less together, shall we? Okay. The Anchorage Downtown Partnership, that's the ADP, they say they've noticed an increase in graffiti. Cool. Apparently they get calls every single day about vandalism in the downtown area. No way. Now here's what the cleanup process is for the graffiti. They say it may involve the pressure washing, the sandblasting, the repainting, and more. What is the penalty for being caught doing the graffitiing? They say it's removal and payment for damages, as well as fines up to $100. Well, okay, that sounds great. I'm just guessing that most people that are doing the graffitiing, that are tagging things, I'm guessing they ain't got 100 large spending fine. And they certainly aren't going to be able to pay for all of the repainting and all of the removal. So I don't know. Are we actually tasking the graffiti artists with the cleanup? Because if we're not doing that, what the hell are we doing?
Bro, I didn't get a license plate.
Why not? Why wouldn't we be doing that? Maybe we're doing it. Maybe somebody downtown partnership could call the program and say, Bob, dude, that's exactly what we do. Brilliant. We actually find these folks and say, hey, that's really pretty what you did, but you know what? It's also against the law. So here's what we're going to do. Here's a brush, here's some soap, get your ass over there and start cleaning.
Man.
What? It's going to take me like 5 weeks. Don't care. Shouldn't have done it. I think that would be a good idea. That's my dad coming out in me, all right? You mess it up, you clean it up. Why not? That's a fair trade. We're not paying people, are we? Are we paying? Because it says here, the penalty is payment for damages, which means that someone is paying to clean it up. What? No. All right, if anyone has any ties to the Anchorage Downtown Partnership, could you have them call or email the program if they want to talk to me, and I get that. Bob at KWHL.com.
I just trying to figure out what the hell happened.
We're not doing that. We should be doing.
I added everything up
Let
right.
them clean up themselves. Or just all kinds
They
of
said it was $100 bigger than I thought it was
for
going to
like
be.
the soft crimes that are just sitting around doing
Things
nothing.
still got fucked up.
They got 2 good hands. They got legs. They can get down there and clean it up too. People. We have a whole volunteer staff.
Might be that AT&T that they took out. I accounted for that though.
907-349.
Shouldn't have.
9691. That's the phone number. Oh. Hey, all righty. Drive it in. You see a cop, call me. Let me know. You see something, say something. Where are the speed traps this morning? Save your neighbor. Someday it might be you. We'll be right back. It's the free Form Friday edition of the Bob Brock Show in K-Well. Live from KIH Studios. Hey, all the schools all the time. Now, they got paid.
I love Boston rock and roll. I love Boston rock.
I love local radio.
Almost as fun as catching a king naked. Wait, aren't all fish naked? Bob and Brock on Alaska's Rock. 106.5 K-Wave.
What's going on? Friday. I love the Facebook messages that I get, but I usually don't check until the show is over. So if you give me traffic updates and I don't give them out on the air, it's because I didn't see them. Because I usually don't check, but I just did. And apparently, according to my friend Nurse McCann, there are no speed traps on the inbound. He was there about 4 o'clock this morning in between North Eagle River and Eagle River. He's been gone. And apparently, the J-Bear on, I guess getting off the Glen, is that where it was? It says J-Bear exit was jacked at 6:10. But it said Friday 8:05. So I don't know. I'm assuming you meant to say 8:4 because today is the 4th, not the 5th. So I don't know if the J-Bear, that was at 6:10 this morning. It was jacked. So is it still jacked? I don't know. Unless you guys call and tell me. Make this stuff up. Okay? All right. Phone lines are open at 349-9691 if you'd like to call the program. So the ASD, that's the Anchorage School District, they're urging the parents out there, hey, why don't you discuss school safety with your kids? Well, sure, that's a good idea. Apparently, if you want to, you can go to asdk12.org. Did you get that? That's asdic12.org. And it's a safety section with information on what to expect in an emergency. Huh. I mean, all emergencies are different. So do they have, like, what to expect in different emergencies? I'm assuming that probably 80 to 90% of whatever the protocol is the same, depending on whether a bear walks in, or a moose, or gun-wielding suspect. I'm sure it's pretty much the same situation. They also remind the community school properties are closed to the public, kids, when classes are in session. All right. And I'm assuming those doors are locked, right? Of course they are. And this is good. This is amazing. The district is also installing double entry systems in all the elementary schools, and they plan to install buzz-in systems at middle and high school. Brilliant. So every door will be locked, right, and checked, just to make sure. And if you want to get in, you're like, hey, I'm Doug. I'm here
Cargo
to see
shorts are
Mrs.
not
Smith.
very comfortable.
My daughter
Don't
Kaylee's got her
move
third
right.
period, and apparently she
They're not
ate
breathable
cookies,
either.
during the speech.
It'll be very, very heavy and uncomfortable after a long ride.
Or whatever. And they're like,
especially when it's
can
hot.
we see your ID? Like, yeah,
Humid.
there you go. In you go. That's brilliant. Good deal. Way to go, ASD. Big win. The Anchorage Economic Development Corporation, that's the AEDC, they predict the city's declining population trend may soon reverse. How? You see, here's what the deal is. The Muni's working age population has lowered. And non-working age population has grown. See, as old workers retire, there aren't as many young workers to replace them. Okay. However, the AEDC, they say Anchorage expects to add people this year, noting future airport and North Slope work is anticipated to contribute to that trend. Really? I mean, if you worked on the slope and you could live anywhere you wanted, that's Anchorage? I mean, I'm just asking the question out loud. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, if I was a slope worker, honest to God, I would live in the valley in the summers, and then I would live in Mississippi the rest of the year, because you can get a house for like $5. It's so cheap. It's crazy. Look at the cost of living in Mississippi. If you're making slope salary, right? Wouldn't you live somewhere where you're going to be able to stretch that money? I mean, I bet you could buy a mansion for $180,000 in Mississippi. I know it's like, yeah, it's Mississippi. I understand, but if you got 20 acres and a 5-bedroom, 6-bath house with a swimming pool in it, who cares? Right? Just build bigger fences. Phone lines are open, 907-3. I mean, I'm not moving. I'm just saying, I'm not going to go anywhere if I get a slope gig. No, that's not true. I would live here probably May through October, and then I'd probably beat feet out of here. Go somewhere where warmer. Just saying. All right. The Sea Life Center is in the news, and it's good. I'll tell you why. Next, hang on.
Bob and Brock. They try real hard most of the time, and sometimes they forget to wear pants. Whoa! It's a roll of the dice, people. Bob and Brock. Mornings on K-Whale.
Hello there.
Hola.
Bob Lester. Bob Brock Show without the Brock. He is in Fairbanks watching his daughter hopefully kick over the soccer state championships. We'll get him, Will. If you missed it yesterday, I'm not going to play it again because I got complaints. And normally I wouldn't care. I'd play it like 50 more times, but the burping. Well, I didn't know this, that burping makes a lot of people uncomfortable and like feel grossed out. I guess I never even thought of that. And I you know, just because it's not gross to me, I don't mind burps at all. I can handle just about anything. You know the only thing that really grosses me out, honest to God? Human blood. Human blood? Freaked out about human blood. Animal blood, not a problem. I help butcher cows, pigs, chicken. Never bother me. I could get splashed with all the animal blood in the world, don't care. I did the whole thing with a bear heart, you know, and you got to take a bite of it. Nasty, by the way. And then you rub it on your face. I've done that. But human blood, passed out once behind a bar because of my own blood. I broke off a area and then sliced my thumb open and it bled and so much. And I woke up on the at the Black Range in Linwood, Washington. So yeah. Dog puke. That's the thing. That's the only thing that gets me. Poop, no problem. All day. Bare hand if I had to. But I don't know why. I don't know why. And I guess any animal. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know. A cat, I don't think I've ever seen any other animal regurgitate anything. I mean, birds, but they do it to feed their babies, which is like, what? I mean, they don't know any better, the birds. Maybe but dogs, that whole that thing that they do. I tell you what, there is nothing more terrifying than being in deep sleep and that thing that they do. That'll get you going. Holy crap, that's better than Red Bull. Just that sound, and you gotta get them somewhere and go through a door, and anyway. So apparently the burp, it was grossing people out. The world's loudest female burp. Oh, we got the record out. So back in America. This is interesting. So the Clear Creek Cat Rescue. That's a very specific area of cat rescue. I didn't know Clear Creek had that many orphan cats. Because they just got awarded a $7,500 grant from Petco. Funds raised by the Petco customers helps local families avoid surrendering their precious kitties due to financial issues. Yeah. Cat Rescue currently has over 30 foster families around South Central. For more information, you can log on to clearcreekcatrescue.org. That's a mouthful. Frankly, that's 5 bucks. Clear Creek.
Call me back, maybe the rest set something up.
Good for you. No, thank you for all you do. Nothing crazy. Cats up at Clear Creek. By the way, the fishing on Clear Creek right now is spectacular. Just saying. It's so good. Seward's Alaska Sea Life Center. They've got a new occupant. Oh, this is going to be so cool.
14.
Yeah, they got a Pacific walrus pup. A baby walrus? Yes. They got him up the North Slope up there. Apparently the 200-pound pup. Wow, that's a big pup. It was brought to the Sea Life Center on Tuesday. They found the little dude, or dudette, doesn't say, 4 miles inland. And this thing was suffering from the malnutrition, the dehydration, had a cloudy eye, infections going on. It's like, oh, poor little walrus pup. This, by the way, is the first walrus at the Sea Life Center in 4 years. It's been a while. And it's the 10th overall to be taken in by the center. What will they name him? They should have a contest. I'm sure they will. What could they name the little 200-pound? It's the 10th one, right? So, DEC is 10, right? Dexter. but they spell it D-E-C-S-T-E. But people probably pronounce it Deester because they're stupid. But anyway, they should have a little party and name the little walrus boat. Do you see the video? This dude walked into a 7-Eleven in California, and then he had an empty garbage rolling like the janitors use at the high school's garbage can. And he was just, how many side gigs have you got to pay for that habit? What are they, like 12 bucks a pack? A carton of cigarettes, I bet you, is close to 200 bucks. For all the thing. Oh, God dang, man. Anyway, he didn't make it out. Why? Well, because apparently a couple of workers started, well, one guy tackled him, and the other guy's just beating him with a stick. Which is crazy, because if you watch it, the guy that tackled him is right in the line of fire, but I don't think he gets hit once. This guy had it with the beating of the stick. This is all that went down right here.
Ain't nothing you can do, man, until police come in. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The one dude, he's like, ain't nothing you can do, man. The law says you can't do. Don't. You gotta call the cops. Don't do that. Don't, dude. And then you just hear the guy. So there's two people involved here. I think there's two employees. The one guy grabs the dude and throws him on the ground. Other dude just has stick. And it's a big old stick, and he's just beating the hell out of this guy. And it's awesome. Here, just listen to this.
Let him go. Ain't nothing you can do, man, until police come in. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
That's awesome. We need to see more thieves need to be beaten with sticks. Yeah, that's the employee of the month right there. Well done, friend. Good for you. What else is going on out there in the great state of Alaska? I'm glad you asked. How's your commute? You going good? Doing all right? Man. The estimated cost of the Cooper Landing Bypass project has more than doubled over the past 5 years. No way. I mean, everything has. Why
15.
wouldn't that? Well, if you go back to 2018, the proposed Sterling Highway route around Cooper Landing, it was estimated back then to be about $350 million. $350 million. Well, as of yesterday, the total cost of that project has gone up just a little bit. It's about $840 million. From 350 to 840 million. That is, yeah, you can't really fudge those numbers, can you? It's like, dang, how much is it going to cost us? 840. What did we say it was going to cost us? Yeah, hide that. That's damn near 500. That's almost $500 million more. Wow. Portions of the project have already been funded. Yeah. The state is now seeking some additional funding. Just, $500 million. That's all we need. The state DOT is seeking public feedback through September 3rd.
Before the pandemic, I know that.
We got under so we got to come up with about $500 million. We can finish this up, right? It looks pretty badass. As you start getting into there to the Cooper Landing, and you can take a right and just whoosh, zip on by, break on through to the other side, and you can get down to the pen a little quicker. All right. Wildman's is probably not super thrilled with this situation, but it'll be better for those of you that don't plan on going fishing, right? Because there's those windy roads there, and you get behind the guy, and it's like, oh God, I'm gonna be stuck here forever. So it's good news for those of us that like to fish, and better news for people that don't and just want to zip down to the pen quicker. If we can just come up with $500 million, slight overrun, not much. This story is insane. A teen from the St. Lawrence Island village of Gamble is being charged as an adult with attempted murder for shooting his own uncle. Apparently, 16-year-old Walker Ross shot himself in the gut after shooting his 33-year-old uncle, Dustin Iworgan. This happened last Thursday night. Iworgan was found hours later And then they flew him to Anchorage for treatment of life-threatening injuries. What? This guy was dying. Probably didn't even know it. Maybe he didn't want to get his nephew in trouble. I don't know. But they're like, dude, you're looking kind of pale. Maybe we should get you to the doctor. Damn near died. Anyway, the kid was arrested for attempted murder upon release from the hospital. God dang, man. All right. Hey, the state is seeking a summary judgment in a lawsuit to determine whether the Bureau of Indian Affairs can create what it calls Indian country. Well, man, I gotta be honest with you. As a Gussack, even saying that out loud makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Indian country? Oh, well, it's the Bureau of Indian Affairs. All right. They get a pass. Anyway, they want to create it on behalf of Alaska Native tribes. Okay. The BIA, that's the Bureau of Indian Affairs, they put 787 acres in downtown Juneau into a trust on behalf of the Council of the Tlingit and the Haida Indian tribes. Wow. The state argues is prohibited under some sort of law. I don't know what that law is, but they say they got one. Okay. Meanwhile, other tribes in the state, they've begun to submit land into trust requests themselves. They're like, dude, did you hear what the Tlingits and the Hydras are getting over there in Juneau? They're like, whoa, let's get us some of that. See how that works out. 787 acres in downtown Juneau. That's some prime property. That would be Indian country. And once again, I'm only saying that because the Bureau of Indian Affairs says they want to create it. So I am merely repeating what they say they want to do. Back off, Karen. I didn't make up that word. They did. That's what they're calling it. Not me. They are. They're good. Thank you. The State Food Strategy Task Force has released its recommendations on how to improve Alaska's food security and independence. How we going to do that? Because we are pretty dependent on the lower 48. Remember when I think it was the ships got like canceled or closed or the weather or something? It was like 2 weeks and milk was gone, eggs were gone, everything was gone, there was nothing. It was like, holy crap. We're like one catastrophe away from eating each other. That ain't good. That's why you got this Food Strategy Task Force. I didn't even know they existed, but I hope they got cool uniforms. Anyway, they say they want to increase the number of markets that local products appear in. Okay. They also want infrastructure and transportation upgrades. Fair enough. Among the specifics, they said they want to create an agricultural department. They want to expand some leases on state-owned land, and they want farmland tax exemption.
Something serious.
They also want to reestablish meat inspection.
Idiots.
What, did we unestablished meat inspections? That seems like a thing we shouldn't ever have unestablished. Just saying. But I'm for all of those things. You know, if we're going to give tax exemptions to churches, fine, okay. We should also be giving some tax breaks to people that feed, actually. I mean, feeding the soul is important. Feed that soul. But if you just feed your soul, you're going to die. Because you also got to feed your face. So maybe we should offer some sort of tax breaks for people that do that feed our faces, and open up some of this land so we can farm more. Maybe we should teach that more in the school. Right? I know that was a big deal when I was in high school, farming and raising the little critters and all that thing. We should do more of that. I think is it 4-H? Yeah. They're still doing their thing. Love the 4-H. Let's expand it. Let's get people into farming. Could you imagine Alaska? We could feed all the state. We could send our stuff to Asia in one place. We could even ship it down to Lower 48 and make money. Why don't we do that? We should be doing that. I bet the task force, well, they're out on all over the state. I missed something? You good? What a good day.
We will discuss the work that we will do together to strengthen our space cooperation. You and I spoke briefly about the beginning of the next era, and for you, what that means in terms of your leadership and your vision for the future. And certainly, strengthening our space cooperation will be a part of that agenda. Using our space cooperation to think about how we strengthen the economic prosperity and development of Alaska, including, of course, strengthening our space cooperation.
Wow. All right. In case you wanted to know a little bit about space cooperation, going down with the Mongolian Prime Minister. And if we raised beef here, Mongolian beef to die for. Are you kidding me? All day long. Coming up next, Valley News. For all you commuters, I'll tell you what's going on in your town. Also, some Subway sandwiches are going to go. Stay with me. Bob Rock Show live from the AIH studio. AIH, all the tools, all the time. And well said. Hey everybody, 740. The reason why I'm chuckling is I have a listener online, and I'm always surprised. I don't know why. I think I'm pleasantly surprised when I hear someone else named Bob on the show here. Hello, Bob.
How are you doing today?
I gotta ask you a serious question. How come you went with Bob and not Rob?
Huh?
My dad, I guess. He was Bob also. I was junior.
Oh, I got you. All right, very good. Because I know some Robs, and I know some Bobs. I know some Robbies, and I know some Bobbies. It's interesting how we just kind of fall into different categories. So, anyway, what's up, Bobby Jr.?
I still get Rob. I get called Rob all the time, even though I've never, ever gone by that.
No one has ever in my life called me Rob. Never. I am not a Rob. Nothing wrong with Robs. I know some great Robs, but I am 100% a Bob. Never been a Rob. Anyway, what's up, Bob?
Hey, you were playing some new music, and I was just wondering to reach out to see if you would play a Ghost Hunter Last Train. It's a new group that's coming up, and I think you'd really like them.
Ghost Hunter is the name of the band?
Ghost Hound, I'm sorry, Ghost Hound.
Ghost Hound, are we sure?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just see here. Is it one word or two? All right, we'll go with two. Ghost Hound. And the song is Ghost Hound.
Last Train to Nowhere.
You keep changing it up on me, bud. So it's Ghost Hounds. Last Train to Nowhere? Was that a Monkeys tune?
No, I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, I'm thinking of Last Train to Clarkston, right? Or Clarksville or something. All right, very good. All right, here we go. Last Train to Nowhere. I will play that for you right now, bro, just because you're a Bob.
That is awesome.
We Bob's got us together. All right, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
Shut the hell up.
Ghost Hounds. Okay. Sounds a little country. We might not be able to get through the whole thing, but we'll see. This is Last Train to Nowhere. Okay, well. Yeah, this is a country song, bro. And Bob, I love you. And dude, Bob, I appreciate you very, very much. That is 100% country. Okay, we're just gonna let Bob go. All right, that's and nothing wrong with giving that a shot. And you know what? I have no one to blame but myself. That's my fault. That's my fault because I play a lot of weird stuff on here, and you're like, dude, Bob plays anything. Yeah, and once again, I will give that a listen at my leisure on my off time. I will listen to Ghost Hounds. All right. Time for some Valley News. Nothing wrong with that song, Bob. Just want you to know, big ups. It's not gonna play that on the station here. All right, Valley News.
Down the street is
All right, Matsu Borough School District officials say they're hoping to start the 2023-2024 school year with a bit more
I understand you had good
normalcy
intentions,
compared to
but-
recent years. It's been since 2020 the district has dealt with the COVID pandemic, the bus situation, strike, most recently a potential teacher strike, a new teacher contract was recently ratified and approved. That's good. The district says it now has more confidence than ever in bus contractor Durham School Services. Well, that's great. I just need to know, I called Durham, they haven't called me back.
1144.
I just want to chat with them if they're looking for bus drivers, because I hear them advertising that they need bus drivers in the valley. So obviously they need bus drivers. We had a Durham bus driver call us this week, I think it was Monday, and said, dude, we're like 50 to 70 short on the bus driver. So I don't know. You know? Let me know. Then we'll both know. Yesterday, the 2023 Stuff the School Bus Supply Drive was held at the Menard Sports Center there in Wasilla. The United Way Matsu hosted the event, which provided families with free supplies ahead of the new school year. Vendors included Alaska Family Services, the Matsu College, Youth 360, and the Connect Tribe. On-site immunizations from the Matsu Public Health Center were also available, and free eye exams from the Lions Club District 49A. Do they still do the spina bifida test? I remember that when I was a kid, all the way up through high school. They'd always have the nurse come in, and she was never hot, but you had to get in your skivvies there, and then they'd run their hand up and down your spine, which is kind of a turn on. I don't even care what you look like, because, you know, the back doesn't get a lot of play when you're a kid. When I say kid, I mean 14, 15 years old. That's what I'm saying, you weirdo. Shut up. So she'd go up and down your back a few times. It's like, uh-oh. Things are moving, right? They don't do that? No. And a substance use disorder recovery center for veterans opened in the Matsu Valley. Banyan Recovery opened in May to help veterans and active duty troops as well as civilians with private health insurance seeking treatment for substance abuse. Facility located off the Buffalo Highway providing outpatient treatment and supportive housing, space for individual and group therapies, and that is wonderful. Nice. We need more of that. Well done, Valley. That's pretty good. Those were decent Valley stories. Nothing about being arrested or right. I think so. Let me just double check. Maybe I just forgot. No, the staffing and all that, schools. We got the school bus supply drive there, right? And then that one there with the facility for the vets and things. That's all good news. Well done, Valley. All right. I got a trivia question. What does the number 40 and 41 have to do with today in history? There you go. That's your question. What does the number 40 and 41 have to do with an historic event that occurred on this date in history? 907-349-9691. I'm sure you're Googling it right now. But I got a pair of Subway sandwiches for the first person to tell me the answer to that one. Once again, what does the number 40 and the number 41 have to do with this date in history? You get it right, I'll give you a couple subs of Subway. Who's this on the phone?
Really have his license plate attached to his
Kyle, what do you
fucking
got?
wiper blade.
Oh, I got a lag, but is it the periodic table?
The periodic table.
I'm going to go
That's good,
to his wiper blade.
guess.
Where do you think
I
the plate's gonna
appreciate
go?
that. But you knocked that one out, so it's not that, but I appreciate that.
Have a good day.
Thank you, brother. It's not the periodic table. Hi, what do you got?
That's how many times Lizzie Borden took an axe to her finger.
Dude, you are... How in God's name did you just Google...
Back off.
4041 August...
Back off.
No, you haven't heard the chant?
Well, yeah, no, I...
Nowhere to go.
But it was on this date. Of course. No, I have, yes. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks.
40
She
whacks,
saw what she had done.
She gave her father 40
You just want to say before I...
No, I just have a lot of random crap floating around in my head, and that was one of them.
Dude, it was on this date in 1892. Sunday school teacher Lizzie Borden murdered her father and stepmother with a hatchet. She was arrested, but she was later acquitted of the crime. Isn't that great?
Well, yeah, that sounds a lot like today, too.
All right, you hang on the line, I'll get you some Subway sandwiches, okay?
No problem.
All right, very good. There you go. Lizzie Borden took an axe. Mother 41? Saw what she had done. She gave her father. She gave one of them one more than the other. Or it was just a nursery rhyme. Yeah, Joe.
Morning show.
Wait, is that sarcasm?
No. Unless it's Rock.
What about that? No, not at all.
106.5.
Is that sarcastic?
Whale.
I think I'm losing it. I swear to God, it looks like it's raining outside. I know it's not, right? It's not raining. Is it raining?
Oh, no,
Is it raining where you're at? If you could just call and give me an update, because I swear to God, I'm looking out the window and it looks like it's raining, but I don't see any rain hitting the ground. It's very strange. It's an optical illusion. Okay. Very weird. All right, 7:55 and a half. It's Friday, August the, what is it, the 4th? Yeah. Thank you for listening to the show. Coming up, got some birthdays, leave me on, a little Brocky Yoki, it'll be Bobby Yoki today, and I think I've already settled on what I want to sing today. But before we get into that, it's time for a little This Week in Science, as Brock likes to call it, nerd news. An artificial intelligence news. Google is planning to, supercharge its virtual assistant gadgets and upgrade the AI. So it'll be more like what ChatGPT has. They sent an internal email about it this week, and someone leaked it. What does that mean? I don't know. But it means that Google's going to get into the IA. It's over. You guys, okay. When it all goes down, I just want someone to go, Bob said it was going to go down. So did Elon. You know, we're like two peas in the pod, me and Elon. An actual intelligent news. A study found people with high IQs take longer to solve complex problems because they just don't jump to conclusions. All right, fine. Nerds on Twitter freaked out this week over a new type of superconductor that supposedly works at room temperature. Experts on the matter are very skeptical, but if it's legit, it'd be huge. It could lead to unlimited clean energy through nuclear fusion. Wow. Right? That's what I'm saying. In health news,
11:57.
So now let's get back to Alaska's morning show.
Oh, yeah.
On K-Wave.
All right, thank you. It's the Pop Rock Radio Show. It's a Friday. Boy, does it ever feel Friday-ish, right? It's going to be a nice day today, doesn't it? It's going to be a little cloudy in the beginning. We've had, okay, it's fine. But it's all going to burn off. We had the highs in the 70s today. Sunshine tomorrow, highs in the low to mid-70s tomorrow. And then Sunday, of course, some clouds in the morning and afternoon. And then about 4, 5, 6 o'clock, it's all going to burn off and be a nice Sunday evening. Nice full weekend. What? The police department says the deaths of 2 men found in an apartment off Tudor and Arctic Monday are believed to be the result of a murder-suicide. There you have it. Calls about shots fired led police to the building on West 46th. That's when the officers entered a unit to find 2 men dead inside the apartment. Investigation uncovered evidence leading to believe 25-year-old Zachary Tyvlock fatally shot his roommate before killing himself. Here to deal with. A man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for a fatal 2019 collision. Late December 2019, 26-year-old Joey Theo ran a red light at 7th and Burgaw. He crashed into the side of a snow dump truck. 22-year-old Cindy Vang was killed while her 9-month-old son was hurt. Theo admitted to having drank beer and smoking the marijuana before driving. He's also been ordered to serve 5 years of supervised probation upon release. A man and a child were shot at a Southside grocery store yesterday. Apparently there was an argument between a couple with children, and a man unknown to them ended with at least 2 shots fired. An argument between a couple with kids and a man unknown to them, there we go, ended with at least 2 shots fired. Punctuation is important. It's unclear who fired the shots, though the APD says the unknown man and one of the kids were shot. Wow. The family dropped the injured child off at the hospital. The father was stopped and arrested. And the other man was also hospitalized. What the hell? None of that adds up to anything that makes any sense. What do you mean they just dropped the child off at the hospital? So, your kid gets shot, you're just like, yeah, go inside there. See you later. Bingo starts in an hour, kid. We got things to do. Wow. Okay, well, happy Friday, everybody. The family has been displaced following an East Anchorage house fire. This is awful. AFD crews were called to the home on Brookshire Loop off of Muldoon around 11:45 in the morning. The family was inside the house, but luckily managed to get out unhurt. They were being helped by the Red Cross, since their home is currently uninhabitable. They had just started closing on that home. Just bought it. Just started doing the closing on it. Gone.
The bitch just made that happen.
Hold on, it's time for the quote of the day once again.
In particular, we will discuss the work that we will do together to strengthen our space cooperation. You and I spoke briefly about the beginning of the next era, and for you, what that means in terms of your leadership and your vision for the future. And certainly, strengthening our space cooperation would be a part of that agenda. Using our space cooperation to think about how we strengthen the economic prosperity and development of our nation.
And?
Including, of course, strengthening our space cooperation.
Well, we got to get that space cooperation dialed up. Thank you. A pipe-wielding man was arrested for a Wednesday disturbance. Okay. APD was called to 4th and E around 6:35 in the afternoon, where 59-year-old Ben J. Latham had struck a rideshare app driver's vehicle with a pipe. What? Okay. He struck a rideshare app driver's vehicle with a pipe. Okay. Like an Uber. Okay. As the driver got out, Latham got into the car, which, by the way, had other passengers in it, and demanded the driver's keys. The passengers in the car said, "F you, bro." This led my man Latham to take the driver's cell phone, and then he hit the car again, I believe with the pipe. Latham was later arrested on charges of assault and theft. Why are people so angry? The weather's finally getting nice. This all would have made sense like 3 weeks ago. I get it, man. But it's finally, summer's here, and you guys are like smacking Ubers with pipes? What is that all about? I'm just saying. Chill the F out, bro. The Anchorage Downtown Partnership says it has noticed an increase in graffiti. Okay. The group gets calls every single day, that's the Anchorage Downtown Partnership, about vandalism in the downtown area. The cleanup process for graffiti may involve pressure washing, sandblasting, repainting, and many more other things. The penalty for graffiti is removal and payment for damages, as well as fines for up to $100. So the penalty is the removal. So they make the people that do the graffiti do the removal. I hope. We're not paying people, are we? Are we paying people to remove this graffiti? Because if we are, I think that's a waste of resources. Maybe we're not. I could be getting all flustered for nothing. Because it says here, the penalty for graffiti is removal and payment for damages.
What the fuck are you doing?
Tell me who's doing it. I honestly, if you commit the crime, you got to do the time, right? Remember the dude? We caught him in the act, right over here. Just caught him just doing his thing. It's since been fixed. But did he fix it? I doubt it. Well, he should. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us. This is Bob Rock Show live from the AIHO. This is a bad timing for this promo. They got all the tools all the time. Yeah, they got paint. Whatever. Shut up.
Almost as fun as catching a king naked. Wait, aren't all fish naked? Bob and Brock on Alaska's Rock. 106.5 K-Whale.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am Bob, and I appreciate you very much. By the way, the Anchorage Wolverines season tickets are on sale now. Go to AnchorageWolverines.com, and let's go. Let's rage, man. It's going to be a good year. Wolverines hockey. That was my horrible Wolverines impression. All right, the Anchorage School District, they're urging.
Learn the laws.
They got an urge going on here.
They don't have to because they think they know everything.
School safety with their kids. All right. ASDK12.org. That's ASDK12.org. That includes a safety section with information on what to expect in an emergency. ASD is also reminding that community school properties are closed to the public.
I read the laws.
When classes are in session.
I read safety material.
Okay, are the doors
locked? I can't
locked?
be ignorant.
Are the doors locked? Because if you're closed, your doors should be locked. For anything,
Apparently,
any business,
you have it.
that's a reasonable assumption. I bet you they are. They got to be, right? They're locked. They're locked, right? Sure. Check those doors. Check those doors. I'm just saying, not you, the people that work at the school. Just make sure they're locked when the schools are in session. The district is also installing double entry systems in all of the elementary schools. Nice. And they plan to install buzz-in systems at middle and high schools. Hey, that's awesome news. Fan-freaking-tastic. You know what? Applaud. Yes. Well done, ASD. You guys here. The Anchorage Economic Development Corporation, that's the EADC, They predict the city's declining population trend may soon reverse. Apparently the Muni's working age population is lowered, and its non-working age population has grown. And as old workers retire,
1254.
there aren't as many young workers to replace them. However, the AEDC, they say Anchorage expects to add these years, noting that future airport and North Slope work is anticipated to contribute to that trend. Alrighty then. I guess we'll just wait and see. The Clear Creek Cat Rescue recently got a $7,500 grant from Petco. I didn't even know there was a Clear Creek Cat Rescue. How many cats are in Clear Creek? I was up there a couple of times. I never saw one. The Frontiersman reports cat rescue officials got Petco love, their greatest supporter. Wait, what? Okay, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this word for word as it's written. Let's work this out together, okay? The Clear Creek Cat Rescue recently got a $7,500 grant from Petco. The Frontiersman reports cat rescue officials call Petco love their greatest supporter. Adding the funds raised by Petco customers help local families avoid surrendering their feline due to financial issues. Cat Rescue currently has over
21
foster families around South Central. For more information, you ready for this? 18 Creek. Simply go to clearcreekcatrescue.org. That seems like a fairly specific reason that they're rescuing up there in Clear Creek. I didn't know there was such an issue. But they say here, Petco love is the thing. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you, Petco. God dang it. I was doing so good. I was so proud of in the back of my head, I was like, come on, Bob. Come on, that's a tough one. Clear Creek Cat Rescue. I had it going on. Dang. That's going to bother me all weekend. I just want you to know. All weekend. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm out fishing in the sunshine, just catching sockeyes like crazy, I'm going to go. I had it. I was barreling right through it. Seward's Alaska Sea Life Center is taking in a Pacific walrus pup. Well, that's great. They found the little dude up there on the North Slope. It might be a dudette. Nearly 200-pound pup. Sea Life Center on Tuesday, about 4 miles inland. Suffered from malnutrition, dehydration, had a cloudy eye, a possible infection. Man, that thing was puffed up. First of all, this is the Sea Life Center. 10 overall to be taken in by the center. Well, they smell a walrus pup naming contest coming up real soon, right? Surplus. That's the way to West Wrestling. Surplus. No, that's not it. What's wrong with that one? You didn't like Steve McQueen the Wolverine either. I thought Steve McQueen the Wolverine. So they got a little walrus pup down there at the old Sea Life Center, so check it out, okay? The last time I went to the Seward Sea Life Center, I swore it would be my last. I don't know if it's true or not, because that was when Roy was, I don't know, 5. So it's been over 4 years since I've been to the Sea Life Center, because I'll tell you why. Roy became an absolute animal whenever we took him there. And it was just him and I. For some reason, Mama wasn't there. Oh, I know why. She just had a baby. That's why. So Mama was hanging out with little baby Benjamin, who had just been born. And so Daddy decided, hey, you know what? Let's go on down to Seward and check out the Sea Life Center. I know Roy loves it. We walk in the place. As I'm turning just to pay for our entry there, it took me, I'm not kidding, 45 seconds. Whip out the old card, do the swipey-dipey there, and get ready to sign the thing. He is gone. Gone. I didn't know where he was. I mean, it took me about 10 minutes to find him. And he had adopted another family. He went through this phase where anyone else adult was way cooler than Lori or I, and he would just go and suck up to their family and become part of their group. And I freaked the F out. I thought, oh, that's it. I've lost the kid. I've lost him. He's gone. He's gone. I found him. Like I said, after about 10 minutes. But that was it. That was it. And then he was just, oh my God, off the chain. And it, you know, it ain't worth it. It's just, I can see wildlife all over the YouTube. I can Google puffins and I'm good. I'm good. Hey, the Sea Life Center, if that's your gig, go Sea Life it up. They got a walrus pup down, surplus. Get it? No? Whatever. Hey, name a rock band, any rock band right now, Mike. Name, what do you want? What? I don't know if I can do that. Well, you know what? F it. I'm playing the Clash. I don't care. I'm playing the Clash because Mike Ford said the Clash. I'm going to do it for him. Back up. What? No, hell no. You already got me in trouble with the Clash. I'll get fired for playing Jethro Tull. But anyway, here's the Clash on K-Well. This is KWHL.